Ipswich fans sung that they wanted to dance with Omari, and dance with Omari they shall, as the tricky winger from Chelsea joins Town on a permanent basis. We are going up! We are going up! And we are going up! We are going up! And we are going up! Good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on whenever you're watching this. My name is Harvey Bell, an Ipswich Town sporting content creator on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe down below. Well, there has been plenty of speculation about Omari Hutchinson returning to the club since the end of last season, following what can only be described as a terrific loan spell. We're going to spend today's video by breaking down the transfer, looking at who Omari Hutchinson is, the finances involved in the transfer, and how he fits into Ipswich Town's plans for the forthcoming season. At the time of recording this, we are also anticipating the arrival of Ben Johnson from West Ham. So I'm not overly sure if you're seeing this video on Monday or Friday, but in any case, there will be a video on him. It just depends which of these transfers is done first. But let's go ahead and remind ourselves, who is Omari Hutchinson? First and foremost, he is an academy graduate of Arsenal. He did begin his youth career with Chelsea, but was released there and was quickly snapped up by London rivals Charlton Athletic, where he performed particularly well and earned himself a move to the Gunners. It is rumoured that he spent some time at Crystal Palace in and amongst all of that, but there is not enough evidence to put a specific time frame on when that may have been. In any case, he did go on to impress at Arsenal, and it was there that he signed his first ever professional contract before making the grand return to Chelsea in 2022. Given that he was only 18 at the time, it's understandable that Chelsea did view him very much as one for the future, but that did not stop then manager Graham Potter chucking him in for a second half appearance against reigning champions Manchester City. He may have wound up on the losing side that day, but he was the real winner and he came out of the game with enormous credit. Enough credit, in fact, to capture the attention of Mark Ashton and Kieran McKenna, who would bring him to Ipswich Town on loan in the following summer. Hutchinson would appear sporadically for Town in the first couple of months of his loan spell, but always did look like a threat off the bench. And he did go on to show that he had some end product in his bank as well, away at Southampton where he scored the one and only goal, securing the 3 points for us there. And I think that goal gave him a lot of confidence really, because from there he just went from strength to strength. On so many occasions last season, especially towards the back end of the season, he delivered for Town when it really mattered, and it's absolutely no wonder why the fans have wanted to see him come back on a permanent basis. But how much did it cost to bring him back? Well, the price of a Premier League player is never cheap, and there is no exceptions here. It is believed that Town have paid about £20 million up front, with another potential £2.5 million in add-ons. And whilst Chelsea are said to hold a significant sell-on clause in the deal, they do not have a buyback clause, which is massive news for Ipswich. This does absolutely blow the record transfer fee that Town have paid out of the water. But of course, since we paid that £4.5 million for the likes of Matteo Serini and Herman Hreidsson, football has come on a lot and there's a hell of a lot of money involved. So it doesn't come as a major surprise. I am absolutely delighted to see Hutchinson come back to the club, but I would suspect that it's taken up a large proportion of our transfer budget. And I do genuinely wonder how much Town have left to spend going into the next couple of weeks of the window. Town, of course, do have a fair bit of money in their bank, but like every other club in Europe, they are limited as to what they can spend by financial fair play. If you want to know more about that, I did do a video last week, so go back and check that out. But regardless of how much we have left to spend, one man that will be delighted to see Omari Hutchinson back at the club is Kieran McKenna, who made absolutely no secret of his admiration for the winger. But how does he fit him into his squad this season? Well, given his ability and the fee that we paid for him, I don't think it's so much about fitting Omari Hutchinson, but rather who do we fit in around him. Omari will no doubt be one of, if not the first name on the team sheet to take on Liverpool on August 17th. But for me, it's a question of whether it's on the wing or playing centrally in the number 10 position. We know from last season that he is perfectly capable of playing both, and he has shown that he's got ability to score from different ranges and angles. Personally, I would like to see him coming down the right because he's one of those players that really does try to get out the fullback, takes them on, get into the box and get a cross in or try and draw a foul, win a penalty. And you don't really see that in modern day football so much anymore. And I think that's why he done particularly well last season. From the wing as well, he is able to cut inside and have a shot, which he did twice against Hull City last year. You will remember, 2 absolutely brilliant strikes. And I hope to see him repeat that again this season. And he will, of course, be in competition with Wes Burns for that spot. But just imagine having one of them on for 60 minutes and the other coming on for the last 13 minutes against Tyre and fullbacks. It should really be illegal. It is crazy to think that he's just 20 years old and we are seeing one of football's biggest talents linking up with one of the best young coaches in the world. It is truly a match made in heaven, brought to you courtesy of Mark Ashton and Game Changer. So there you have it then, a breakdown of Omari Hutchinson's permanent transfer to Ipswich Town from Chelsea for a reported £20 million with a potential £2.5 million in add-ons. Let me know down in the comments just how excited you are to hear about this transfer. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe because I plan to keep delivering content so long as there is a demand for it. But other than that, that's about it from me. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time, and as ever, come on you Blues.